In addition to the much awaited deal for jet engine technology, India and the US will also sign a whopping $3 billion deal for outright purchase of 30 MQ-9 series of drones. Well, if you ask me, these drones are good, but they also have their own drawbacks. Now, in this episode of the Defense Scope, we will look at what these drones are capable of. Remember that Defense Minister Rajnath Singh led Defense Acquisition Council, that is the DAC, had cleared the mega deal on Thursday. The procurement file moved by the Indian Navy will now go through a bureaucratic process, which is mainly the approval from the Cabinet Committee on Security before Prime Minister Narendra Modi leaves for Washington next week. The three services had finally come around to agreeing to go in for the drone deal, which is a tri-service acquisition but is being led by the Navy. And I say finally come around is because the IAF was initially against the purchase of these drones. They felt that the cost was too much. Of course it is. 100 million a pop and as expensive as the Rafale. The armed drones comes with 9 hard points capable of carrying sensors and laser guided bombs besides air to ground missiles. It has an endurance of over 27 hours and can operate up to 50,000 feet. But remember that the naval version has an endurance which goes more than 36 hours. And by endurance I mean that this particular drone can fly continuously, surveilling various locations for 26 to over 36 hours continuously. It is capable of carrying multiple mission payloads to include the electro-optical infrared, multimode radar, multimode maritime surveillance radar, electronic support measures, laser designators and various weapons and payload packages. As per the plan, the Navy, which already operates 2 unarmed versions of the drone, the Sea Guardians, on lease, will get the majority share of the pie, while the Army and the Air Force will get slightly lower numbers. The erstwhile Trump administration had expected the deal for 30 armed drones to be announced at the 2+2 ministerial dialogue in New Delhi on 27 October 2020. However, India did not succumb to the hard American push to seal the deal then. India wanted American manufacturing firm, the General Atomics, to set up a regional maintenance, repair and overhaul facility in India for the drones. This was a deal that the Americans were very keen for and that India had bargained on multiple fronts before agreeing to it. It was in 2018 that the US had offered the armed version of these drones, which were originally authorized for sale as unarmed and for surveillance. India was earlier eyeing both the unarmed Sea Guardian drones for the Navy and the armed Predator B for the attack options, but many within the defense and security establishment felt that both operations can be done by one type only. This was because of the prohibitive price involving American drones. The Navy had initially planned for 22 Sea Guardians, which were priced at over $2 billion, but then brought down the numbers to just 12. However, since all the three services wanted weaponized drones, a decision was taken to jointly pursue the deal. The Reaper, which is the armed version, has been acquired, or the Reaper, which is the armed version, also known as the Predator B, has been acquired by the US Air Force, US Department of Homeland Security, NASA, the Royal Air Force, the Italian Air Force, the French Air Force, and the Spanish Air Force. But there is a problem. While the drone is great for surveillance measures and for hitting specific targets like it did in Afghanistan, it is a large, slow-moving object with strong radar signatures. That means that while it can easily fly in and hit targets in non-contested airspace like Afghanistan, it cannot do so in heavily contested airspace like that of Pakistan and China. The drone would be taken down even before it enters the enemy airspace. Also, it cannot be used in any kind of operations within Indian territory because it can lead to severe collateral damage. However, it is good for surveillance, especially for the Navy. Interestingly, the 2 leased Sea Guardians have been deployed along the western borders with Pakistan and the northern borders in eastern Ladakh for surveillance purposes. In November last year, the two leased drones completed 10,000 flight hours in support of Indian security missions. This was achieved in just 2 years. Yes, 10,000 hours of flying in just 2 years. For The Print, this is Snehesh Alex Philip. Do subscribe to our Print's YouTube channel for more such videos.